Welcome to another 7 Days to Die video. So one question I've had once in a while, and especially after I showcase some of my builds, is do you use the Arrowslit for protection of your traps, or do you use the iron bars? And what's the difference? Do they both work? Do neither work? Or maybe does it depend on which trap it is? So to test this out, I've done this setup where I have these two lanes. They're identical except for one side has the iron bars, the other one has the arrow slits. I will be testing the four traps, the electric fence, the dart trap, the shotgun, and the auto turret. And we'll see how they actually turn out. So I've set it up so that I can turn them off and on individually, which allows me then to test the fences and then the dart traps, etc. So let's start by the fences. And I think the fences, because they generally go through any block, so it shouldn't really matter. And I think that even if it was a solid block, it would work just fine. So let's try that out. Let's see when they walk up here, and yeah. See, they both get electrocuted, so it doesn't really matter. See if we can take care of, stop breaking things. Thank you very much. So that worked pretty well. So let's turn off this one. And you see I got the spikes in there, so let's turn, oh, that's fine. Let's turn on the spikes here, so they're both shooting. And let's spawn in something else here. Let's do the snow zombie, and let's turn off the AI just a moment. And let's do another snow zombie here. Okay. So they both should be able to see me, and let's turn back the AI. Say they walk up here. Oh, neither actually seems to be getting hit. That's interesting. So normally at least, now let's see. Is it because it's hitting? Oh yeah, it's because it's hitting. It's actually hitting this one. So I take this one out. Does it make any difference? No, it doesn't seem to go through. Oh, this one does. The left side does. Alright, let's take this one out as well. So it doesn't go through the electric fence. But here, yeah, it does. Oh, it took out this one, which means it should be taking out this one as well. Interesting. So I was expecting both these to work. I wasn't expecting it to necessarily hit the electric fence. Well, that's good to know. If you have an electric fence, it seems like it could be blocking it. Let's try that out again. Let me see if I can get up another electric fence. Let's put that down. Yeah, it's actually blocking it. That's really peculiar. I don't remember seeing that before. Because normally that's what I do. I put it this way and I haven't had this problem. I wonder if because of the orientation. Either way, it is blocking. So don't put the electric fence in the way. But either the iron bars or the Arrowslit will be working just fine. Now we have the shotgun turret here. And as you see, it's aimed sort of in the middle here, though it should be tracking the zombie by itself. And let's do the same thing for this one here. You see, it's also aiming. This one has a lot more to shoot through. Alright, so let's do that. Let's spawn in something else. Let's do this one. And let's turn off the AI just a moment. Let's do another soldier. Okay. Let's see how the zombies fare against the shotgun turrets. Alright, they'll be walking up and, well, obviously shoot through the iron bars. It doesn't look like, yeah, it doesn't aggro at all against here. That's interesting, because there is a space in between. So let me see if I... It looks like I can shoot manual though. Yeah. So I can shoot this manually, but it won't track itself. Interesting. So which means that Okay, so the turret will not track through the gap, but you can shoot through the gap manually. That's really not expected. I was expecting maybe it to track through, but then not be able to shoot through because the gap is so small. Interesting result. Okay, let's do this one, and this is the auto turret, and again it's sort of aims through here. We have the auto turret on the top, which is also aiming through here, and we'll see. Maybe it'll work very similar to the shotgun turret. Let's turn off the AI a moment. Let's get the male hazmat as well. And ready, set, go! Alright, let's see. The right one should be working just fine. Yeah, oh, it took it out. Now, similar here. Let me see if I... No, it doesn't. Oh, it does. So some of the angles it actually will. It means that it's probably tracking a specific... Okay, let me see if I can cheat a little bit here. Alright, come here. Okay. So it has... Oh, okay, this one shouldn't be. This one was spotting it through this one, the gap. Okay, so this one did shoot a few times, which means there is some kind of gap that it actually can detect through. But I suspect that shooting through should not be... Yeah. Yeah, I can shoot through without a problem, but detecting is not working as well. But that's really interesting. Let's try and do that for the shotgun turret as well. Because maybe this one will also detect at certain angles. Let me see. Oops, like this. And let's see what can we get. Let's get something something bigger. Turn off the AI just a moment. This one should be fine. So let's just focus on this one. So let's turn back the AI here and see whether we can get the... Yeah. Also, there are some gaps that will allow it to detect, and obviously then it will fire. But it's probably a very small gap, as you see here, right? Let me see if I go into this one. So as you see, it's like very slow. Maybe it's like the head or something it's trying to hit or aiming at, and if it can't see the... If it can't see the head or something consistently, it will not fire, even though potentially it could be hitting it. Right? Right. Let's see if it's here. I can shoot it, but the turret will not detect an auto shoot. That's really interesting. Yeah, see, it is hitting him. Yeah, it is hitting him. Okay. So, well, that was an interesting result. I was not expecting that. So what it means is that all of these ones, all of the traps can actually go through the iron bars. The dart trap doesn't go through the tip of the electric fence here for some reason. Maybe it's depending on the orientation. I'm going to have to try that out at a separate time. For the Arrowslits, the electric fence obviously works fine. The dart trap works fine as well. Both the shotgun turrets and the auto turret can actually shoot through, sort of, but will not necessarily detect unless the angle happens to be just right to whatever the detection point is on the zombie character model. Maybe it's like sort of a heart level, or maybe it's head, you know, in this head centered. But it does seem like sometimes as you walk through, it does detect enough to shoot, but usually it does not. But you can manually shoot through. Well, that's really interesting. At least I learned something new. Hopefully you did as well. Hopefully you would like this and give me some comment. What other tests should I do with these traps? And of course, you did like and subscribe, right? I'll see you next time.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the vetted community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.